This following program doesn't give a damn.
Hey, yo, what's swaggin' players? It's your boy, Stagsmon.
Dear YouTubers, why do we start off like that? You're not my boy. I don't even know who you are.
And I'm here to ask you one of the biggest questions in the history of the basketball world. What if Giannis really decides to play for another team later in his career? What if we still got the privilege to watch a prime MVP Derrick Rose?
What if Derrick Rose's knees didn't turn into styrofoam?
Let's take it back even further.
What if Delonte West didn't sleep with LeBron's mom?
What if Shaq and Kobe never split? What if MJ didn't retire after his first three-peat? What if we got to see just one more Magic Johnson?
What if Magic Johnson was more careful?
What if this and what if that? But what if I told you all of these what if questions could be answered and more in this year's NBA2K23 My NBA. This year we feel like we hit a benchmark year with an amazing breakthrough in NBA2K23's My NBA mode.
Don't do that. Don't promise that. Don't promise that.
Introducing My NBA eras. In this first ever, I repeat,
Go on.
first ever one-of-a-kind mode. You can hop into a time machine, travel back in time, and start your My NBA journey in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, as well as the traditional modern-day era. Now let's use that time machine right quick, you feel me?
2K. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think we was already able to do that.
The Magic versus Bird era. The rivalry between Magic Showtime Lakers and Bird Celtics will be on full display, along with the careers of other players of NBA royalty.
Fun fact, if you played League, you can actually like customize, I think, rosters and put the classic players in there and then set it up to have those teams again. But 2K is just making it really easier to do that now. Now it's like in a mold, so I guess they're gonna have all the players now set, locked in, ready, so a lot of people don't have to create a new player.
You'll also see a change in gameplay as teams are taking less threes during this era, while in the paint scoring and playing through the big man is more of a focus.
So are we just adjusting sliders? Is that just adjusting the gameplay sliders at that point?
Hey, in this era, the starting point is the 1983 to 84 NBA season, where you'll have the entire year to get your affairs in order for the upcoming 1984 draft, where you'll have the opportunity to draft the man on the cover of this year's championship edition, Michael Jordan.
Bro, I swear you was able to already do that.
In the community creations, don't worry, that still stands strong this year with the ability to create custom players, draft classes, and total team revamps.
Yeah, see, look, use the 1984 draft class, edit the 1984 draft class. So see the load and download thing right there? People were already doing the entire draft class like that.
So don't worry, if you missed out on MJ, I know a 7-footer out of Georgetown by the name of Patrick Ewing that's coming up in the 1985 draft.
I think you were also able to set up the load and download. You was able to find a roster with that previous year in the draft, not the previous year, the post year after that. You was able to draft that class right after the one you did, right after the one you loaded, and you was able to load in another class like that.
Time we like to call the Jordan era. It would be impossible for one of the greatest eras in basketball history to not be displayed and headlined by his airness himself, Michael Jordan. One of my favorite things about my NBA eras.
Okay, so G League in 2001, special 90s commentary unique to the decade. Okay, I see what they're doing. They're going, okay, I like that. We're going to have special commentators compared to that decade, and then the Raptors and Grizzlies join. So I guess when you're in the other era, there's going to be less teams. I hope this gives customization for me to able to like play with some of the stuff in the My League mode or My Era, whatever it's going to be called, where I can like take off some teams. I would like to cut down some teams. Instead of 30 teams, I would like to cut it down to like 10 or 15.
In the Jordan era will be no walk in the park, you feel me? With hand checking legal and hard fouls being even harder while driving to the paint. In the Jordan era, the Jordan rules apply.
I wonder if injuries, like if the player can get injured Like would that screw everything up, and then you have to adapt off of that? Like let's say like you have Michael Jordan, and then you draft him or whatever, and then he gets hurt, and then now like, oh shit, Michael Jordan has to retire early on the game or some shit. That'd be interesting.
Hands up, know what's up. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Hands up, if you in this club. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Nobody.
Now let's hop back in that time machine one more time and travel back to a time not so long ago. A time we like to call the Kobe era.
The greatest era of my time. I think that was the greatest era to watch. Yeah, that's the era I grew up in, the Kobe era. 2002, the most stacked draft class in NBA history. How would the careers of LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh play out on your watch? Experience the iconic NBA era and find out. And look at that, look, Kobe, Shaq, Iverson, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Dirk. Man, and they still had, Jason Kidd and Vince Carter and Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and, bro, man, that was a deadly era.
Lucky for you, this era starts in the year 2002 with what might be the greatest draft of all time, the 2003 NBA draft. If you're a savvy enough GM, you can figure out a way to
get LeBron or get Carmelo or get Dwayne Wade. The league expands to 6 divisions. Yeah, social media. Okay, so they're joining the social media thing. 2000 specific commentary. Sonics rebrand in 2008. 7 games in the first round of the playoffs in 2003. Oh, so they changed. That's when the playoff rules start changing. Several new floors, uniform. Yeah, okay.
Jerseys, arenas, and even location change as you play through each era. So you'll see the Charlotte Hornets move all over the league before settling in New Orleans and eventually changing their name to the Pelicans.
I don't know why they decided to change the name to the Pelicans. If you're still in New Orleans, why didn't you change it to New Orleans Hurricanes or some shit? Or, I know it's really originally supposed to be New Orleans Jazz when you think about it, because the Jazz in Utah is really weird. You would think it would be New Orleans Jazz. I wish they would switch that around. This is going to be interesting. The San Diego Clippers. Yeah, this is going to get interesting.
Team folks for their huge library of jerseys for their respective time period. And NBA 2K23's My NBA era's authenticity doesn't even stop there. Authentic and true commentary for each era was a huge deal. The audio team really outdid themselves this year. Historically, they've kept our commentary booth up to date and added new content to our colossal bank of audio lines to keep gameplay as fresh as possible.
Oh, so we about to have a lot of commentators.
Each era has its own period-specific background. We wanted each era to feel and look different inside and outside of gameplay. Finances will grow and change with each era, as well as the G League and social media being added to the mode at its appropriate time. We even got dynamic shorts length, from short shorts in the 80s.
Oh my gosh, not the short shorts. Oh my gosh, don't make them wear them shorts. Okay, so when you're playing in that era, literally there's probably going to be no 3-point line, short shorts, dudes just taking a lot of weird mid-range inside baskets. Yeah, okay, this is going to be interesting.
We also added the change of All-Star Game jerseys, going from players wearing their own team's jerseys until the real-life NBA made the change.
Okay, so for the people that don't know, around the time that I was growing up, when the All-Star Game came on, they wore different colored jerseys. That was their team colors. Like Kobe wore the Lakers yellow jersey, and then like somebody else would have a red jersey or a blue jersey, depending on what team they're on. Like if it was the Magic, he got his Magic jersey on. If he was Miami Heat, got a Miami Heat jersey on. I missed that. I wish they did bring that back in the All-Star Game. But I'll be honest with you, I do like the red and blue East versus West color scheme. I wish they would bring back the old school East versus West All-Star Game, but hopefully you'll be able to do it in here. Hopefully they got All-Star Weekend in here too.
We revamped Team Rivalry. When teams clash out there on the court, we now have a more in-depth system to calculate the heat index between two teams. The calendar menu was also revamped, as well as adding Eastern and Western Conference Finals MVPs.
NBA, is you really about to do Eastern Western Conference Finals MVPs? Now there's about to be too many damn MVP trophies.
As always, though, we want to hear back from you, and we welcome and encourage any and all feedback.
It's stuff that you was already able to do, and now they're just like setting it for you. That's what it feels like to me. It doesn't feel that special. It's all right. I don't know. Are you going to play this? Comment, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell.